I am recording. Ba ba ba.
I am recording. Ba ba ba.
Hi, hello, welcome to the final episode of Super Battle Club Rank A. This will include up to credits and 5 minutes after credits. So I am your host, Steve. With me is Austin.
Unfortunately, Bobby couldn't make it, so I am here once again.
I'm glad you're here with our final episode of the series.
I thought I wasn't going to be able to make it, but I guess we're here.
Yeah, a lot to talk about here. So we'll try to go through it. Of course, throughout this whole series, we missed probably some things that we didn't talk about, and there'll be future episodes for that, future normal episodes. But we're just trying to pick out what stood out to us in our playthroughs and what was good, what was bad. Let's start with what I think was bad.
Oh, okay.
Which is there was no rank A trainer.
Technically, yes. It is our rival, technically.
Yeah.
But right, there is no other trainer. But okay, so we come to assume that there are multiple trainers of the rank that we could be able to beat. We just get partnered with the important ones.
Yes.
So there maybe is a couple A rank trainers, but I think the thought is we've both made it to this part, and now we have to fight to see who the ultimate A trainer is.
Yeah, but who's like deciding that?
Vinny?
Because we're just
the app? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think like it doesn't make or break it for me. I was kind of exaggerating of like I hated this part, but I just assumed like, okay, well, if Corbeau is D and Jacinth is C and Gris is B. Okay, who is A?
Yeah.
And is A the bad guy? And is A, I don't know, like Jet?
Still not sure who the bad guy is, by the way. Still not sure. The game's almost over.
But I was like, okay, cool. Gris was there the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Gris a bunch. No problem with him being B rank. Like even like was not annoyed. Jacinth was C. Like her popping up, her being a character, her being very involved, very cool. I was like, who else could they have be rank A? And then it was just like no one. Which maybe I just didn't understand the rules of this tournament.
Yeah, you'd think there should have been somebody already set at A to battle. But we just battled Tawny, or Urbane, I suppose.
But I guess I don't fully understand the rules, because you're battling a B person when you're B to then go A.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I feel like you should battle, like what we did with Vinny. We battled somebody higher.
Yeah, you should battle somebody higher and then you level up.
Yeah.
But we never did that. So
I guess in my head, I always thought like, oh, we would battle A to then become A, but we battled like, a
overlap
B.
them.
I don't know. I guess the semantics of the tournament doesn't matter too much.
No, not really, I guess. The point is, somebody is the best. We gotta figure out who that is, and it's either us or Urbane or Tawny.
Or Zach.
Zach could be up there. He's a secret pick, he's a sleeper pick, but I wouldn't count him out yet.
Look, he has a Slowpoke, he has a Pidgey, he has a Pikachu. He's on his way.
I mean, Ash had a lot of those as well, and look at Ash.
Exactly.
So don't count Zach out yet.
I don't think Ash had a Slowpoke, though.
Nah, but Pidgey and Pikachu,
I thought the Gris battle was harder than the rival battle.
Yeah.
Maybe because I had more obvious weaknesses to Gris. Maybe that's the only thing, but...
Yeah, I'm trying to think, because, once again, repeating what I've said, I've not really struggled with any of the battles so far. I'm over-leveled. So this kind of just felt like another, okay, that was easier than
you said you were overleveled.
At this point, I'm in 70s. I'm chilling.
Because this is the fourth time you battle your rival? Oh, it's saying fifth. Third battle.
Yeah, I was going to say, it does not feel like we battled them 5 times.
No, there was there was like the double battle you had to do with they're counting that as one of the battles with the Dedenne. So if you pick Chikorita, we have a Meowstic at 62, a Goodra at 62, an Avalugg at 62, Feraligatr at 63, Manectric at 63, and then Embor at 64. Okay, because they had two of the starters, and then you had the other starter.
Right.
I take it back. I don't remember struggling with. Yeah, I don't. Oh no, I said Gross was to me a little bit harder than this. Yeah, this
right.
was like pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point in the game I'm like 72 ish. So
I guess you're 70s at this point.
Yeah, I'm in my 70 levels. So I don't know. I guess I did too much extra stuff at some point, but I was definitely not worried about this fight.
Yeah, I think I'm maybe at most 68 at this point.
Okay, yeah. I think my highest level I think was 72 at this point, and lowest was like 68 or 69.
Yeah, but because I switched two members of my team, I had two members of my team like low 60s, which one was Aggron and one was Chandelure.
And we know that Aggron is not good.
Look, I pumped a bunch of rare candy in him after this battle,
hoping it would do something.
He was still bad. He was nothing will save Aggron as a Pokemon.
Rough.
It was weakest member of the team for sure. This is where the all the walls around the tower fall.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like really neat.
Yeah, it was cool that, because we get a call about, we go to bed, we get the call, we go to the tower, and then there's too much energy, I guess. It's bursting down the walls. We gotta fix it.
And this is where AZ says like, you two are the strongest trainers. I can't use Floette. I can't. But also here's Floette's Megastone. She can Mega Evolve, and I do like that they question like.
Yeah, they were like, hey, that's not how this works. Why is this one different?
Yeah, and then it was the 3,000 years old ultimate weapon.
Some answer.
That justification was fine. Like I didn't have any problem with that justification of like why this Floette can Mega Evolve and the other ones can't. Totally get that. That's cool. I don't remember the exact order of events, but I remember the rogue Mega Pokemon spawning in the city and then attacking you. And then I remember Tawny or Urbane saying that they will go into the tower with Floette to solve the issue.
Mm-hmm.
And you deal with everything around the city to then get to Zygarde, which will also help solve the issue.
Yeah. Once we decide that our rival character will be the one that goes into the tower with Floette. Another moment that really stuck out to me where I was like, oh, this part's good, is when we had that like team meeting on the wreckage of the tower wall.
Oh.
I was like, oh, this is cool. This is fun.
Yeah,
it's like
that was
fun. We get to wrap it up a little bit. I thought that was cool. And then like we see all these other trainers that we've met. We see Canary, we see Jacinthe. They show up in like their hollow form or whatever. And then we get to have a big old meeting with everybody.
It gave me big black and white vibes where all the
finally
trainers...
they did something. Yeah, finally the gym leaders were useful.
So like having them all show up was really cool. I think the music was really good. They do another cinematic. So I think there's only like 2 or 3 cinematics in the game. There's obviously the cinematic at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we said this on the podcast. I will say it again. There are people that are saying that the entire city is rendered in at once.
Not true.
Because of a model that somebody tweeted. It's not. The entire city is not rendered in at once. The render that people found of the entire city is used in the opening cutscene.
Yeah.
It's rendered in that cinematic that is being done. And the same person who tweeted it, that everyone was like, oh my gosh, Game Freak's so bad at making video games. Which, sure, I could see the case for that.
There's an argument.
There's an argument there, sure. But the entire city is not being rendered at once while you're walking around it. But there is more cinematics near the end of the game, and I think they're really well done. I think
I love the cinematics. Every time they popped up, I was like, oh, this feels really cool to watch. I enjoyed this.
Although they did one thing, and I think it was when you were talking to Lysander in Lysander Labs, where they have like stills. So he's like telling a story and they have like some
the images,
screenshots. Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is very like Sword and Shield at the very end where Chairman Rose is telling you a story and they just use stills.
Like the image, yeah.
They're just pictures. And I was like, did they run out of budget Because that's what it felt like at the end of Sword and Shield. Is like, oh, we ran out of budget, so here's some pictures.
The pictures were very pretty, though.
Yeah, they were.
I screenshotted them.
It's me too.
But I mean, aside from that, yeah, I would have been cool to see that rendered and animated and with like the cutscene. But
yeah, so they did animate and render the Floette going up to the tower, into the Rainbow Room, which I also not fully sold on the Ange. Is that what they call it?
Ange was
the
or something.
The thing inside the tower.
Yeah, which is like a new concept. I don't believe that was ever mentioned in X and Y.
No, I think it was discovered after the events of X and Y.
Okay.
That there was something in the tower or whatever. Gameplay wise, you are supposed to get to Zygarde. They show like a little map, and Lumiose is like completely covered in walls that fell off the side of the tower.
Yeah.
And then when Tawny tries to hit the button and put her hand on the thing, which I was like, your hand doesn't line up with that
No,
hand,
yeah, this is not the right shape.
So I don't know if this is gonna work. And then it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
And I did like how she like live streamed to you. I thought that was kind of cool.
That was cool. Yeah, she pulls out her phone. It's like got like the end call and everything. It's like a FaceTime. I was like, oh, that's fun. That's a cool little thing.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
It was fun to see that in cinematics. But then the tower explodes and like a bunch of plants come out. Like it was my interpretation was it was like a mutated Floette.
Yes, that's kind of what I was thinking. But then that begs the question, are there multiple AZ Floette things, or what's going on with that? Because how did this tower be a thing? Or is it the Floette? But they already called it Ange, right?
Yeah.
So it's not our Floette, it's a different one?
No, because our Floette is
fine.
I think.
But that's where I was like, I'm not really sure. I'm not like mad about it. I'm probably just not getting something, but
I'm not saying that maybe I am saying they didn't explain it well enough, but I feel like I did miss something because so much was happening.
That's exactly what I was like. I think I missed a part of this, but I'm not sure what part.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let us know in Slack.
Yeah, what part did we like? I'm not upset. No, I don't think it's bad. I'm not upset. I
really like this part of the game. I thought this was really
I just felt like I missed a piece.
Yeah. But yeah, Ange, aka the tower, comes out, all the vines are coming around.
Yeah, no, and then you get to walk on the vines and everything. No, I thought everything here was great.
Yeah.
I think from after the rival battle on,
so good.
Solid ending.
So cool.
From start to finish. And then you have to get to Zygarde, and there are rogue mega Pokemon walking, and I think it's cool that you are partnered with the people you have fought with. I thought that whole ending was like one of the best Pokemon endings ever.
I would agree. It's really cool that we get to see these characters one last time at the apex of the story. We get to come together, and it was just really cool that we're seeing everybody I don't know, it felt like a big anime moment where it's like everyone's here, Avengers style, and we're going to take down the big bad.
It did. It did give me Sword and Shield vibes in the sense of maybe how much purple was being used, and I kept thinking like, oh, this very feels much like the Darkest Day with Eternatus. But the only thing and for the record, I do like Sword and Shield. Although I think the story in Sword and Shield is I think it starts pretty okay, and then I think it ends very poorly. But the ending of Sword and Shield that I remember is like going up that elevator, which had like the worst music ever. And then when you're on that elevator, you're just fighting like Koufants and like Copper Rajas like the entire way up. And I'm like, this is so boring and bad.
Exciting.
Yeah, and then you fight the Garbodor at the top, which is like, okay. And then that game kind of wraps up relatively quickly, which is probably like deadlines or budget or whatnot, like whatever. But the end of Scarlet and Violet, I think, is pretty solid with you and your friends going into Area Zero, absolutely. And then like walking together and them talking and like doing the battles and like the Paradox Pokemon showing up and battling. It kind of hit those same story beats.
Yeah.
Except instead of Paradox Pokemon, you're fighting Mega Pokemon, and instead of your friends, you're with the
high ranked trainers.
High rank people, yeah. And I would say that these Mega Pokemon hit really hard. And
I was very surprised.
They kept 2v1ing me.
Yeah, they would turn around. Like, there was this one time, I think it was maybe the Aggron or something, but it, like, turned around and just chomped me and I died. I was like, what are we doing? I didn't know you were going to do that.
I was never really worried about running out of Pokemon or my Pokemon dying, but they kept targeting, like, me.
Yeah, I don't know if that was meant to be the case.
I was worried about my character dying.
Yeah, I was like, I was being chased, and I'm like, leave me alone. I'm trying to attack you, but you won't stop running towards me.
And I don't know if they did something to make them, like, bulkier.
Yeah. They felt bulkier, though.
They felt really bulky, and I felt like they were at least somewhat programmed to go to you if they were super effective. I remember there was, like, a Garchomp, and he was, like, attacking whoever, and then as soon as I sent my Garchomp out, it was, like, a 180 to me, and was like, I'm super effective against you. I'm going to come over and, like, Dragon Rush you.
For the first time in the game, I didn't feel over-leveled. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I think this is where I power up my Aggron.
Okay.
I think this is where I was like, I'll just put 10 rare candy in my Aggron because it's already getting one shot. Like maybe because I'm underleveled. And no, it didn't help. I was still getting one shot. Aggron's still bad. After I like the concept of also the trainers being like, you go forward, I'll hold them off.
Yep.
I like the concept of seeing the Mega Pokemon we haven't seen up to this point. Like, I think there was like, oh, first time, like, oh, Mega Sharpedo is in this game. Like, cool. We get to, like, the one part where Tarragon builds, like, some scaffolding for you to go over.
Like, weird obstacle course thing.
I liked the obstacle course. I liked I like the platforming things they added to Pokemon. I thought they were fun to get the screws and whatnot.
I think for me, this moment felt like another one of those, like, oh, it's all coming together. We've been doing this little obstacle course scaffolding thing to collect the screws throughout the entire game, just as, like, while we're exploring. It's cool that now we're seeing, like, the grand version of that at the end of the game. And so I thought that was fun.
Yes, I thought it was also really fun that Manny, who is the Tier 3 superfan,
he's there.
I thought it was fun that he was there, and I also thought it was fun that Tarragon was like, "We're gonna put you to work."
Yeah, sure, whatever. You've been following us around. Do something about it now.
Yeah,
do something.
So I thought that whole part was really cool because they could have easily just made Manny like a one-time throwaway character. So for him to come back was like really fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the second part, if I remember correctly, is where Jacinthe shows up, and then she locks them into the cage so you can keep going.
Yep.
So that was really fun.
Another callback.
Yeah. And I think there was a little bit of Lebony like starting to talk bad about Jacinthe.
Oh yeah, and she's like standing right there, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not saying anything." And she's like, "We'll deal with this later. We'll come back to this, but just know it's not okay what you just said."
Yeah, that part was really good.
Just know you are in trouble for this one, but we'll deal with it later.
And then we get to like the third part, which is Corbeau and Felipe.
Yep. This is the best one.
This is like this part really cemented that I had more fun in this game than like grievances in the game.
Absolutely.
Like I definitely have lots of grievances, voice acting, graphics,
sure,
that kind of stuff. But like I feel like this moment really.
Yeah, I'm glad I think we probably have the same experience with this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to say what happens?
Yeah. So we're talking about them. We're talking to Philippe and Corbeau, and we figure out that we need to go way high up on this roof to. I believe that's where Zygarde's at, hanging out up there.
Yeah.
So we need to go all the way up there, but there's no ladders. There's no hollow elevator things. They were trying to get them working, couldn't do it. So what's the obvious outcome? Oh, let's build a ladder with people. So all of Corbeau's little henchmen make a giant ladder, and Corbeau climbs up to the very tippy top, and he's like, "Get on up, let's climb this ladder."
They make a joke though that like we're a little short.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, is Corbeau gonna be tall enough to help?
And Corbeau is short, So I thought that was really good. And they could have done the Game Freak thing, which is like just teleport us up there.
Yeah, but I'm glad they didn't. I'm very glad they did not.
But yeah, they animated us being able to climb the people to get up there.
Yeah, it was just very funny.
And then when I got to the top, I don't know if you did this.
I did
because
this.
like Corbeau was like, "Okay, see you later," and he falls backwards.
Yeah, he does some kind of weird trust fall. I don't know how.
Yeah, he does like a trust fall at
cool.
the top. And I was like, well, I want to see if they animated.
I have to see what it looks like down there. I was hoping he'd be like lying on the ground. But
right, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
So when I went to go look, I was just clumsy and I fell.
Yeah, I didn't fall. My thought was like, oh, what happens if I jump? Are they gonna let me jump? And they did.
Oh, okay. No, I accidentally fell. I was trying to pull my camera out to
Oh,
like
okay.
zoom down.
Yeah.
And then I fell, and they like thought of that.
You fell off.
It was so good. Did you fall multiple times?
I kept going. I wanted to see how many times I would let me do this.
That whole, I don't even know if we could put into words how funny
it was so
that
good.
was.
It was
like
so good.
I was in tears, my chest hurt, and I'm being so genuine where I'm saying I don't think a Pokemon game has ever made me laugh as
just
hard
something
as
about
that
it. Like
part.
he's like trying to be such a serious character, and you just keep messing with him. You just keep really ruining his day.
And then he like breaks the fourth wall after the third time you fall, and he's like, I'm not letting you fall again." And then he like puts up an invisible wall.
Yeah, the fake wall. You can't go anymore.
I'm very okay with like video games admitting they're video games and like breaking. I'm so into that.
Yeah, I think that's fun.
So yeah, this leads us to like getting to Zygarde and seeing Lysander up there, and then all of the squishies coming together.
Yep.
And then there was he said he was like, I collected 99 of them, but I know where the last one is, and
Yes.
the last one was on you the entire time.
Yep. Which we had seen. Well, we didn't see, or maybe we did see it was the Zygarde cell. But when we were on the train, we noticed the bag was moving, and it was just hanging out in our bag or jumped in our bag.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yep. Yeah. At the start of the game, before we leave the train, we see like from like the first person point of view from the cell. It like hops into the bag and it's like squiggling around a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes like when he said I got 99, I know where the last one is. It's on you. Like that makes sense. Like that's how Zygarde's tracking you, and like paying attention to like what you're doing. So like that was cool. That made sense. And then we get like the Power Ranger Zygarde that appears 100% form. And then there's this battle that you have to do against the red and blue flowers.
Yep.
And then there's the MMO/raid thing mechanic of stop what you're doing and like go to this specific spot.
Yep.
So you
don't get killed.
So you don't die. Which Zygarde protecting you. I thought that was all cool. The flower thing a little confusing, and it did remind me of fighting Therapagos in the DLC of like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here.
I just was attacking them.
Yeah, like
I don't think they had types. I don't think they had type advantages, weaknesses. I don't even think their moves were anything.
Yes, I don't think their moves were super effective. I don't think you could do super effective. I don't think they resisted anything.
Yeah.
I think it was just they wanted you to do the mega damage and then dodge their moves.
Or if you've forgotten, you can also use your plus moves.
Yeah. But you like couldn't paralyze them. You couldn't like sleep them.
Yeah, I was trying to. The one thing that I did that was very cool was I had fire spin on Simisear, so I would just like and they would just slowly burn. And every once in a while, I would just have to put that back up. But
yeah, I did feel like I had to like use a lot of potions, but not because it was like hard or anything. It was just like this is just taking a while.
Yeah, it was just long. Because I feel like there were multiple times where they would like shoot like seeds or something. I don't really know what they were doing. But I was like, oh, that didn't really do a whole lot of damage. I'm fine. But it just kept going on, which is like, it didn't feel too long, but it definitely felt long enough where it's like, yeah, I'm going to need to heal a little bit more than I was expecting.
Yeah, there was like maybe because all my Pokemon were like slow and like close up. Like I noticed throughout the entire game, I didn't have like a lot of long range Pokemon. Like I wasn't using like ice beams or hydro pumps or anything like that. So like with Meganium or with Aggron, they had to be, or Garchomp, they have to be like right
Close
in front
by,
of the face. So when they were like gearing up to do the laser thing, I was like, okay, I got to run away. But because they were so slow, the laser would aim towards me and then it would just follow, and Meganium would just walk in it the entire time. And I was like, well, why are you stop walking in it? And then
yeah, have a little bit of thought and maybe don't walk into the laser.
I was like, it's fine, I'll just heal you, but like I have to heal you every laser because you continue to walk in it.
Don't walk into the laser next time. But yeah, I targeted one of them. I got that one down. Then I moved on to the other one.
Yeah, I think it was like 3 cycles.
Yes, I believe so.
Because like once you beat both flowers, then you flipped over to Zygarde, and then you could use like 1,000 arrows or Land's Wrath or whatever.
I did think that this looked cool. This part of the game where the Zygarde, you fly up and you use like one of the 3 moves. Yeah, I thought this looked really cool to do.
Yeah, no, I thought the cinematics, I thought this fight, I thought getting to the fight, I thought this was like a really better version of like the Area 0 to the Professor.
Yes. Yep, sure.
Like they just like learned from that, and that worked, and they did it a little bit better. I don't think it was that much different. It was just kind of like the same story beats of like, go here, go here, go here, battle, battle, battle. Okay, big battle. Okay, like scripted content, which was, in the Professor case, the scripted content was the your Miraidon or your Koraidon fighting the other one.
Yeah, okay.
And then in this case, the scripted content was, okay, you had the Pebble is actually the Megastone.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna Mega Evolve, and now you're gonna hit the big laser button.
Yeah. It was cool to see that the Pebble was the Megastone. I don't think I realized, like, I don't know, I just was like, oh, the dog's giving me a rock. Cute. It didn't really clock that that's what that was to me until that moment. I was like, oh, obviously. Because I kind of forgot about the rock until this point.
Forgot about the rock, too.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. Because thinking about it, it's the same size, it's the same shape. It's just covered in dirt or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, if I would have maybe thought about it a little bit longer, I probably could have realized, oh, this is a Megastone it just gave me. But why would it give you a Megastone right off the bat?
Because it was fun and it knew.
Sure.
It knew.
Mega Zygarde does look pretty cool. It's got a big cannon.
Uh-huh. Pokemon gun confirmed, finally.
Yep, we figured it out. That's the one. It has like weird little spider things that's like holds up the cannon. It glows. One thing that I thought was very fun was like once you do Mega Evolve, it flies up into the sky and it unlocks a 4th move, and it's called Nihilite, I think is how you pronounce that. But pretty much it's just a big beam. I'm sure it does something else, but this was just a kind of a cutscene thing, so we couldn't really see what it does or know what it does. But one thing that I thought was cool was that on the big cannon that it holds, it does like it glows and like it has like an X, Y, and a Z on it, and I thought that was fun.
Oh yeah. Here I'll read the thing for Bulbapedia, awesome. Which might answer some of our questions. The cannon opens up to a shape of X, Y, and then Z, and unleashes a pink light blast that defies all laws of nature. The cannon's blast was powerful enough to destroy a powered-up Light of Rune attack launched by the Hyper Rogue Ange Floette. So that answers our question that tower was Floette.
Okay.
Which threatened the city to annihilate all of Lumio cities. L notes that Mega Zygarde's unique attack resembles a Z move. And then additionally, the cannon activates when Mega Zygarde executes a specific attack while not firing simultaneously. And then you're right, Mega Zygarde is the only known Pokemon capable of using Nile Light, which is an upgraded version of Core Enforcer.
Okay. So, circling back to the evil team question, who is the evil team? Is it the tower? Is it Quasartico because they built...
I think this is what I like about this game.
I don't think there's a bad guy, is there?
I don't think there is. I think this is the Cars version of Pokemon. Because there is no bad guy in Cars.
Sure, I guess you're right. There is no bad guy in the Cars movies. But yeah, I was like, as a person that plays Pokemon games, I want to know who the bad guy is. There's usually an evil team or something in every game. I'm not certain there was one this time. And if there is, I cannot tell you who it is.
No, I don't think there is.
Yeah.
I think the there's still unanswered questions I have, and maybe side quests clear this up, or maybe I didn't read something. I think it is hard to I think it's hard to play through a game in the sense of like, okay, I need to remember certain things to talk about on a podcast, and I'm streaming it, and I'm trying to be entertaining, I'm trying to be funny, and like for me, there's like 300 people here, and they're distracting, and they're making jokes, and they're also like filling in things of like, Steve, you missed this, and I think that's really great. But when I watch other people play the game, like when I watch you play it or when I watch other people play it, like I watched a lot of Switch 1 because I just wanted to make sure like
it was running. Yeah.
I was running good. I would just pick up things or notice things that the streamer or that player wasn't even doing that I would just notice.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
Like when I was watching somebody else, I was like, oh, their tower is like halfway filled up, and I really didn't notice that. I only kind of noticed when the thing was like super filled.
Oh yeah, like when the walls around the tower when they're being built. Yeah.
Or they would like go down a street and be like, I never noticed that before. Or they would talk when they were talking to people. I was like, oh, I didn't notice they said that dialogue. And also I noticed the streamer didn't notice they said that dialogue.
Right. Yeah, because it's like you know, when you're playing the game on your own, you're looking at like a set direction you're gonna go. You're looking at a certain thing you're planning on doing. And so you might miss something off to the side, but when you're watching somebody play, you're able to look at things that they're not looking at.
Yes.
Or that you were looking at as you were playing, because you're just looking around the whole screen at that point.
Yeah, will I ever play this game again? Maybe, but like I have had so much fun watching other people play, and I would like to watch people play the beginning again to just kind of see what I missed. After the game is over and the tower is like decrepit.
Yeah,
it made me miss the old tower.
I missed the tower too, because now I can't get any good photos in front of the original tower.
Yeah. And now I'm like, I don't want to take pictures of front of the old tower because the game is still pretty new, so I don't want to spoil that for people. Like, I think that's all super cool. But I did miss the old tower afterwards.
Yeah.
But I do feel like there's a lot of like little things throughout the story that I just missed.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, after credits, you get the note where you get the note from AZ. This is like the big thing, I guess, is AZ dies.
He dies.
And you are at his like gravestone tomb. I don't know what the difference between a tombstone and a gravestone
I'm
is.
not really too sure.
I know that there's the difference between a cemetery and a graveyard is one has a church and one doesn't, but I don't know which one is which.
Okay.
I think a graveyard has a church because there's a graveyard in Ocarina of Time and there's a church there. And I think a cemetery is no church. I might have that backwards.
Not sure.
There's a difference between the two. I don't know if there's a difference between a tombstone and a grave. Maybe gravestone's not even a thing.
Gravestone. I think
that's
so.
a thing.
I don't know.
Graveyard? Gravestone.
Well, it's Grievard and Houndstone, obviously.
That's true. And those aren't even in the game.
Missed opportunity.
We could have had Mega Graveyard. I think this was cool, I guess. That's weird to say. I don't think somebody dying. I don't mean it as
sure. I think the part that I was like, because voice acting would have solved this problem. Throughout the game, he does cough every once in a while, and he mentions he's getting weaker. That's why he can't be the one to use Floette. For the longest time, I thought he was like crying and not coughing.
Oh.
And if there was voice acting, I would have realized that.
Yeah, because they would also probably inflected that in his voice.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I don't feel good. I'm sick. I'm coughing. Slowly dying. But yeah, cool thing was that the place where the tombstone is where like the Sableye found the ring. I thought that was fun. Just a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense that there's just a big gap there because that's where they put the tombstone.
Yeah, now I understand why there was that area.
But what happens if you don't do that side mission?
I don't know.
And then the
And then you
tombstone's
go
there.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if it is just next to it, maybe, or I don't know how they would do that. Yeah, that's interesting.
Um. Yeah, this is like not the first time they've done like a. Maybe it's the first time they've done a person death, but I mean, like the Marowak died in Red and Blue.
Sure, right. Is this the first time we've had a proper? Well, it's not really a funeral. I guess it is a funeral. We all show
Yeah.
up. We all say
Who
our
buried him?
piece. Well, we know that Naveen took his measurements to figure out how big to dig the grave.
Oh, I don't think I saw that.
Oh
part.
yeah, Naveen is like, I know he asked me to take his measurements, but I thought it was for clothes, not his graveyard.
Oh,
Yeah, they said that at the end, yeah. And I was like, okay. But yeah, Naveen did another small complaint before we wrap up. Where was Lita's story?
You're right. I have a couple complaints. One is like I do think they did a really good job at fleshing out Naveen.
Yep, I love Naveen.
Don't think they did a good job fleshing out Lita.
I agree.
I do know at some point you find out that I think it's from an NPC that like Professor Sycamore and your rival, no, sorry, Professor Sycamore and Trevor, I guess Trevor's a rival.
Yep.
They're in another region doing some studies, so they're alive and somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
What was the protest thing about? Like, no, I know what the protest thing was about, but what was your rival being next to Jet?
Yeah, I expected
and
more
then
from
Corbo and you needing to clear protesters. Like, what was that about?
I'm not really sure. That one was a little bit like, I feel like the protesters are doing what they should be doing. Yeah,
like the protesting made sense,
but I don't understand. There was no story relevance aside from it was a protest, which sure. But yeah, both Jet and Alita were two characters that I'm like, they did nothing this entire game, and I'm confused of why they didn't do anything.
And maybe that's like DLC stuff. Like I don't have a problem.
Sure.
I have a problem with Jet being like we think she's the bad guy. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
But there's no conclusion there.
Yeah,
not
exactly.
even like she's the CEO and she's the one that wanted to like protect people and put up the gates. I get that. But she doesn't even say anything at the end of the game.
Depending on how the DLC goes, there was a little moment in the game where she kind of knows who our rival's mother might be.
Yes, with the jacket. She asked about the jacket.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if that is going to be something we find out later. And if that's the case, I'm cool with us not knowing a whole lot about Jet. I was like, oh, is she maybe the mom? Does she know the mom? I saw people online saying that Malva is the mom, but I'm not sure about that one. But yeah, I don't know. Cool to see. It would be cool to see if that is something that's answered in the DLC.
Yeah.
Or if they just.
And then the more important thing is the Alolan Raichu girl appears at the end of the game.
Yes, right outside the building.
And she's a part of the Alolan Raichu fan club, which only has I think she says like she's the CEO of the fan club or something, but she's like it's only one member and it's me.
Okay. I mean that's how it works. You get to do whatever you want. I mean, Team Flare Nouveau had 2 members, so whatever.
Yeah, that's true. I really liked the end of the game.
Yes, like, I thought it was very good.
Even with a couple story holes and even with like the slow pacing and even with no voice acting, I don't know how anyone can sit here and say, I'm going to get my soapbox now to end the series. I just don't know how people, I think it's fair to say that Game Freak is maybe not the best developer in the entire world.
Sure.
And I think it's fair to say that Game Freak is rushed. And I think it's fair to say that Game Freak should be given more of a budget, or whoever's in charge of the budget, like there should be more money behind this. But to sit here and say like Game Freak is lazy and they don't care about Pokemon is probably the most insane out of touch thing you can say.
This game had so much character to it. I gotta disagree with all those points. There was so much love, it felt like, in character, and just it was fun. It was a fun game.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. Like you could be like, this game should have had $20 million more in budget. I'd agree with you, but to call it lazy, absolutely wrong.
No.
Broken? Yeah, maybe. To be fair, I don't think I had any problems with that game. I saw 2 people say their game completely locked up and they just had a hard reboot, but
there was that one moment where I feel like it loaded on a black screen longer than it should have, but aside from that, I had no problems.
Yeah, I don't think I had a single issue the entire time. Ran really good.
Mm-hmm.
Looked good. Actually, I felt like the frame rate got a little weird during the like 3-on-3 mega battles going up to Zygarde.
Okay.
But I think that's because I kept putting fire spins down.
Okay, yeah, I didn't notice any of that, but I'm not saying it didn't happen.
Yeah, but like even at that point, it was like not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't change it. I'm very impressed with how I felt about this game. I thought I would like it less than I liked Arceus, but I like it way more than Arceus.
I loved this game. I admittedly, hot take, I'm not the largest fan of Arceus, but this one was so good. I was very happy with this one.
Yeah. I think like literally my problem with this game is the same problem I had with Arceus, which isn't really a problem, is like this game feels like it had a definite ending.
Sure.
And it just feels like a smaller game compared to a Scarlet and Violet or a Sword and Shield or an Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
Yeah,
right?
it's harder to play forever in this one. Whereas I feel like in Scarlet Violet, you could just, I mean, there's so much to do. There's still a lot to do post-game, like, not necessarily post-game story, but there's still a lot you're able to do if you didn't finish the side quest. You could shiny hunt. There's like there's online in this one, which is different than Arceus.
Yeah.
Like online battles and stuff.
Yeah, there's the rank battles.
Which, by the way, get your Greninja before it goes away.
There is the infinite tower that you can do.
Yep.
And no spoilers on that, but do 15 infinite towers and you will get something. There is catch your legendary Pokemon, catch your Zygarde, catch your Xerneas, catch your Yveltal. I don't think that's a spoiler to say Xerneas and Yveltal are in the game.
Yeah.
Those are your 3 legendaries to catch. That's like saying like, oh no, Regigigas is in Legends Arceus.
Stop.
Mesprit, Uxian, Azelf are in Legends Arceus.
No
you
way.
can catch all 3 of those. You can catch all 3 of that. And yeah, there's for me, there's like a bunch of side quests, like so many side quests that I haven't done. So I love this game. I hope people enjoyed the series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have anything else before we wrap up?
No, I don't think so. There was a moment where at the very end of the game, one of the characters says like an outro that is similar to Z-A later. It's not the same, and I'm like, oh, they just came up with a new outro for the last episode, but I forgot what it was.
Oh, no.
But I forgot what it was, and so that's where we're at right now.
Oh no!
But somebody does say something where it's like, I don't know. It was similar to Z-A later, but not the same. I was like, oh, that would be a good one, but I goofed it. I didn't. That's write
all
it
right.
down.
The series is over anyways. we wouldn't be able to use it. All right. Well, thank you for making it to the end. I hope you enjoyed the series. If you want to support what we do, patreon.com/PKMNcast. Big thanks to Austin for making time to do this.
I had so much fun.
Yeah, it's not easy to like drop everything, try to play through a game, try to like take notes. Try to show up and record a million episodes. So appreciate everyone. And normal podcasts will return as we continue going. Don't miss a Monday. But thank you for listening. And for one last time,
see ya later.